So fermented foods, really important to begin to diversify the gut flora as your first port of call. Yes, you can take probiotics, but eating fermented foods is key alongside that. Probiotics on their own are not enough. We need the diversity of thousands of different types of gut flora. There's gut flora that helps you sleep. There's gut flora that helps you think clearer. There's gut flora for every different aspect. And we have more bacteria in our system than we have cells. More bacteria in our system than we have cells. And it's incredible. We have a lot of virus in our system. We're not talking about that. We have a lot of fungi in our system as well. We're not talking about that. These are all important elements for us. We're only just beginning to explore the diversity of the microbiome that we need. And yet we as cultures have cultures which we use the world over, and you've got a few listed here, that we consume in order to get more from the food that we eat. So when we have a diverse gut flora, we absorb nutrients efficiently. And when we create fermented vegetables, for instance, we access the bioavailability of those nutrients increases. So fermented foods are great. Start small, work up to a tablespoon of sauerkraut a day and 2 or 3 other or fermented veggies, and 2 or 3 other fermented foods. So a favorite salad dressing for me is apple cider vinegar, miso, and a little honey. You know, wild honey has fantastic nutrients in it. And, you know, we start processes of black tea, coffee, and chocolate are all derived from ferments. And we would have had a lot more fermented foods in our diet before we invented fridges. So we invented fridges in the 1930s. You might have spotted that on the toxic timeline. And that means that we stopped eating ferments. We also invented antibiotics in the 1930s, which means that we began to diminish the diversity of our gut flora. So this is key. You might find that there is a big difference between yogurt and kefir. So when you first start taking kefir, you might find that the gut is a little uncomfortable. Start with a small amount, build up to maybe a small glass of kefir every day, because kefir will help regenerate gut flora that you thought you'd lost. So there's many different types of fermented foods, and it literally is the oldest biohack